Yeah.
And the funny part is, I've been watching the city council on TV, and the property at Hilltop on the north side of Hilltop is zoned residential. Same thing with Free State. And as a matter of fact, if you remember, the developer of Hilltop approached the city and made a presentation with an attorney.
Yeah, recently.
Talking about all that.
Mm-hmm.
And the city council very intelligently asked, well, how about senior housing? Well, the attorney said, oh, our market analyst tells us senior housing is not a positive thing.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't pay anything, because you could say, well, we want to build residential and it will be senior accessible.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll put in elevators, but if you can't limit development or housing there just to seniors and make money, okay, fine. But we'll at least make it senior accessible.
Sure, sure.
The funny part is, 2 years ago, Park and Plain came out with a big report talking about the need for senior housing in this general area. Mm-hmm. And they said within 5 miles of the intersection of 450 and Route 3, the need for senior housing is really high, and seniors would be willing to pay a lot of money for quality right. senior housing. So why are the developers doing that? At Hilltop, at Free State, maybe they're going to do it at
considering how many senior citizens we have in this community.
Well, guess what? Seniors who have a lot of equity in their homes in Bowie can't find quality senior housing. So where are they going? Anne Arundel.
Yep.
They're leaving the state of Maryland. They're going to Delaware because it's not here. Yep. But their friends are here. And they keep coming back to Bowie to visit their friends. They wanted to stay in Bowie, but they can't because there's not quality housing for seniors in Bowie.
Yeah, Odenton area up there in Anne Arundel County is.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people that's in our Kiwanis Club. Several families moved to this high-rise development there. Accessible, over 55.
Now, there are a lot of people right here in Bowie who would definitely be interested.
And rather stay.
So it's one of the things you could do. You want to keep money in the city.
Yeah.
You could do that.
And we seniors spend money.
Yeah. And
well, except for Bert.
Except for Bert, okay.
Yeah.
He's cheap.
That's right. You got to have money to spend.
Frugal.
Oh, excuse me.
Frugal and my pocket's empty.
Yeah. Well, the funny part is, I'm talking as someone who's got a real background in the city of Bowie and watch the city council on TV.
Yeah.
You've probably heard the state of Maryland is cutting back at least $2.5 million from highway funds that they're giving the city of Bowie. So the opportunity now presents itself for the city of Bowie to do something different than we did years ago, where we took certain money from the state or from the county and earmarked it. You really shouldn't do that anymore, because most of the money that we get either from Prince George's County or from the state of Maryland is tax money. Put it all in a pot and say, what are our municipal priorities? The first one, of course, is basic city services: trash, roads, those water, sewer, those kinds of things. So that should be on the top of the list, and we'll make sure that that's funded. The nice-to-have stuff should go on the bottom.
Yeah.
But as it is now, they're still trying to focus, as we did years ago, saying, well, this money is coming from state highway, so it should go into roads. No, 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 no. It's from the taxpayer. So all should go into the pot, and you should set priorities accordingly. No longer that focus that we could do years ago, because the money kept coming in.
Yeah, that's right.
But, Dick, wouldn't that be a problem if it was, you earmark it when you get the money, but if it is sent to you from the state for a highway project, how can you take it and use it otherwise without the state?
I look at the source.
Withdrawing it.
What's the source?
Well, it's always taxpayers.
It's always taxpayers.
Yeah, no kidding.
So look at the source. Forget where the state is getting it from, or in terms of highway or whatever it may be. That's in between. But where is the original source? That taxpayer. So we want to serve that taxpayer. So I pull it I drop it in a pot and I say, all right, this is taxpayer money. How can I prioritize to best serve the municipal taxpayer in Bowie?
The municipal taxpayer Bowie, who is paying huge chunks of money to entities like Park and Planning and the county for services that we provide.
That's kind of interesting. I saw into that when I was on Doug's staff. The city of Bowie could be a lot more effective dealing with where the county spends its money. Just fussing about Park and Planning doesn't help.
No.
You've got to actually get in and participate. What did we get, when we were there, what did we get from Bowie for the master plan? Letters. No, not letters, because there are hundreds of letters that come in a day. Municipal officials need to come down and actually sit down with the county council person and talk turkey.
Yeah.
Person to person. That's very effective, because a lot of people don't know to do that, and they really should. We actually saw more Greenbelt officials than we saw Bowie officials.
Is that
That's
really?
silly.
When
That
you
is,
were working with
yeah.
county council. Well, why?
I don't know. I don't know.
It seems to me the main role of the city council is to be a lobbyist for the taxpayers of this community.
And
That's it.
they should realize that just sending the letters, for the master plan, what did we get? Letters. I never saw a municipal official specifically come into Doug's office and say, I want to talk to you about the master plan and what we feel are important. We got lots of letters, long letters that said, oh, here's our priorities, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But that's different than being there in person.
Not good lobbying.
Looking at the
right.
county council person in the face and
Yeah.
saying, here I am, and these are things that are important to us. Let's talk turkey.
Well, I've always been convinced that the city council people and the mayor they have a voice that usually is appreciated and heard.
Oh, yeah.
Why not take advantage of it?
Exactly.
In person.
Exactly. Because,
Well, there is a negative reaction towards this community at the county level.
you know why?
Why?
Because we're not there.
Really? Yeah.
That's all.
They look at us, they hear lies about Bowie, and Bowie is never there to counter that. So guess what they believe? They believe people who don't like Bowie, who are not in Bowie,
Right.
who are jealous of Bowie, you know this.
Oh, yeah.
They get to talk to county council members, county council staff, attorneys, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They're always there. Where's the city of Bowie in person to say, wait a minute, here I am. Am I a devil? No.
Well,
You're
why?
looking at me.
Yeah.
You're right, Dick.
Yeah,
It moves
yeah,
into
that's a
our
good point.
subject matter that we will.
Oh, yeah.
Especially
bring up.
since now we don't, in the past we had extremely gregarious and gung-ho members of the county council. I don't think that
Yes,
exists
yes.
anymore.
Yes.
Well, there's no doubt a great many influenced by not their citizens in their just because they don't see them. They're influenced a great deal by the people that are getting a lot of citizens come to them that want something, and they're going to respond to that.
Well, sure. When Doug was there, a real effort was made towards Bowie.
Yes, there was.
There is.
And Audrey Scott as well.
I see no effort now, or if there is effort, it's very little.
Yeah, I don't see it.
And Bowie just keeps sending letters. So what happens? Nothing.
That's right.
Nothing.
Not very rarely do you hear anyone going down and presenting the facts of the letter in person. And that's one thing then that could be done.
Yeah, I agree.
And whoever is going
Yeah.
to gain the council seats this year should be reminded of that during the campaign.
Well, did you know there's an election coming up, by the way?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I'm really surprised. At least we should have people running for office in the districts.
Yes.
It's not the big. Bert and I were talking earlier. At large is tough because
yes, it is.
the city is so big, but the districts are not that big, not that tough, and they're really to get people involved and discuss issues, et cetera, like I discussed taking taxpayer money and putting it in a pot. That should be discussed, and people should be running at least for the seats in the districts.
Yes.
It's not that tough.
No.